comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Oh, Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Oh!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A push for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins an Auto Club.
Absolutely. It looks like it's going to be some great action out here tonight. These guys have found their lines to get that speed built up. I'm really anxious to see which ones make it through to the next round.
You. And it's looking like Fontenot has ran the lap. He's sitting on pit road now. We've got the 5 of, I believe that's Pierce Crone, going around the track now.
Absolutely. The number 5 of Pierce Crone coming through there, holding that line as he comes around to the backstretch there. He looks like he's going to stay right around there the whole time. Going to try to get that pole position.
Now it's interesting to watch these guys go around for their outlap because they'll run the outside of the track for a consistent, the entirety of the track to get it wound up, but then they'll drop it all the way to the bottom, get that momentum built up. Here comes Pierce around for his second lap time.
Absolutely. You got to get that heat in the tires, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not, it is a no bueno. They ride that high line up there because of the banking, gets that temperature built up to the right thing. As they're coming through 4, cut it down to the inside, and then they just hug that line the whole time. 52.223 from Mr. Crone.
So Crone able to hold it up on the pole so far. We're going around now with Jonathan Ray in the 30, being labeled as a 30, but he's got a 14 on the paint scheme. He's on his second lap. You can tell by him running the bottom of the track currently. Hugging that yellow line.
That's the only way to go here to get that fast line. Usually you see them cut under it just a little bit as they're coming through that Geico restart zone, just to get that extra inch.
So Jonathan Ray going to qualify in 8th position, but as we cycle through, 29 seconds left to come around. I believe we're going to have the 5 machine on the pole here tonight.
Looking like 5:57.55.
Some
2
names I'm
Crones and a
familiar with.
Ritchie.
I'm familiar with Justin Ritchie, familiar with Dakota Floyd. There's a few guys, Nicholas Fontenot. I'm familiar with that one. That's a tough one to say correctly, so. But here we go. Cycling into race now. So let's get down trackside as they all grid up. I believe we're going to have a warm-up session here, so let's see if we can find the 5 of Pierce Crone and bring him into the broadcast booth and have a quick interview with him.
That would be wonderful.
There he is. Pierce Crone, it's Bradley Cooper and Kevin Hazelwood in the broadcast booth. You got a copy? Pierce Crone?
Yes, I'm here.
So, putting it up there on the pole, I know here at Daytona, it's one of those gambles. It doesn't really mean much to qualify on the pole, but you do get the Pimax Pole Award. Congratulations on that. What's it going to take to stay up there and stay out of trouble tonight?
Well, tonight, it's going to take a lot of teamwork. We've been strategizing here at Crone Autosport for a few weeks now, just in the practices, seeing what's going to go on. Myself, Steve Crone, our team principal for the season. But I am really looking forward to seeing what we can do tonight. And I know we got some speed, so it's going to be good.
You're watching you on your out laps. You ran it all the way around the bottom. You chose not to cut the dog leg. Was there a rule against that tonight?
I haven't run it in any practice, and no one said anything. I just figured it was illegal, so I kind of just held it up top.
I do believe
Appreciate
the
that.
officials here allow you about a half a car length down.
Okay, well, I'll have to remember that for the future.
Future reference, yeah, that would have been another 100th of a second maybe, but hey, it was good enough for the poll. Congratulations on the award, and we'll see you down trackside, and good luck tonight.
Sounds good. Thanks to everyone watching. Thanks to the sponsors, too. Cheers.
Try to move Mr. Crone back to his Group B. There he is, and on the pole here tonight, the 5 machine. We're watching Jessica Childs go around the track here. Well, she's actually on pit road. No one really electing to take this warm-up. We heard some engines revving up just a moment ago, but it's gotten quiet out there on the track.
Dead
Kevin.
quiet. Nobody running anymore.
Kevin, we've got all the different varieties of talent here in these trucks. We know they're low on power, so it really is going to be a partner race. You're going to have to find that guy that will push you, that guy or girl that's going to partner with you and make choices, pit with you. What is it in your criteria for a person that you're comfortable racing around at Daytona?
Well, you know, as long as they can hold that line steady and get right up in the backside there, or at least take the pressure of someone riding bumper to bumper with them the whole way around, I can ride around with just about anybody.
I'm more of
Not too much.
I'm more of a pusher myself. I'm not comfortable with being in the front. I never want to be leading this race in the last lap. I feel like that's always a bad call. I've seen time and time again where the outside lane will get a run off of 4 and pass you just before the start-finish line, but it is what makes Daytona exciting to watch, these photo finishes, and hopefully tonight will be no different.
I'm looking for the
miles.
gentleman sitting in 5th or 6th place to walk away with the victory here when it comes down to the backstretch.
We're going to hop over to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get your grid here in VRX. This is V-Speed live at Daytona. We'll be back right after this.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
All right, set the grid. Let's take you through your starting lineup. Pierce Crone going to start on the pole. He's got Stephen Crone on the outside of him. And that second position, third position is going to belong to Justin Ritchie with Dakota Floyd in the fourth spot. Row number 3 is going to belong to Kenny Rio and Connor Gordon. Nicholas Fontenot and Matt Gannon, 7th and 8th position. 9th spot's going to belong to Jonathan Ray with John Darnell in 10th. 11th will be Paul McDonald with Jeremy Bailey in 12th. 13th position will be Chris Justice with Christopher McMillan in 14th. 15th, Ashley Ellison Jr. and Frank Perfrin in 16th. 17th position, Derek Johnson with Philip Brewer in 18th. Jessica Childs in the 19th position, and Ron Fitting will round out your top 20. 21st will be Larry Bell with Jesse Baker in 22nd. 23rd, Kevin McCauley, Isaac Wilson in 24th. 25th will be Brian Hennings, Edward Fielder in 26th. Charles Keller in 27th, Steve Mann 28th tonight. 29th will be Christopher Hodges, Mark Math in 30th. 31st, Stephen Douglas Hines with Brian Newingham in 32nd. 33rd, Brian Duncan and Tyson Harpster in the 48 will be 34th. That'll round out your field here tonight. So coming off turn 4, lights are out on the pace truck. Do you have a pick here tonight, Kevin?
My pick for the night, I'm going to go with that 199. He's all the way in the back right now. Mark Math.
Here they come off of the dog leg, green flag in the air. We're live and racing the elimination races at VRX World Cup Series.
Yep. Here they come up that front stretch, ladies and gentlemen. 2 lines out there. They're real respectful out here in these groups about not breaking away 3 wide until the tires actually warm up. Look at them soaring across there coming out of 2.
Riding on board here with Kenny Reel. He's in the 2nd position. He got down to the inside of the 5 of Justin Ritchie. Bring that ticker up on your screen now. Ritchie in the lead just in front. Kenny Reel there on the inside on the bottom. Looks like he's already partnered up with the 55.
Yeah, they seem to have a great line going out there. Let's see if they can create any space up there with that top 5. They've already broken away about 2 truck lengths out there with them.
That's Pierce Crone, your pole sitter, that's broken away. He got back in line here. But now on the outside, Connor Gordon in the 420. They're trying to get something going with Dakota Floyd in the 24. So already that outside line really getting going. They've got the momentum. They might have a shot at the lead here. Floyd just inches away from
like
taking
some
away.
great action going on here. Nothing too major going around as they come around the front stretch there. Geico restart zone kicking that dog leg around. Outside line, Gordon Ritchie.
Yeah, Floyd able to lead that lap that time by just mere hundredths of a second. Now Richie and Kenny Reel starting to make a push back on the inside. And you'll see this for probably another 5 laps or so, and then there's going to be a third lane develop. Not a lot of race time left here. And you want to be in that top 20.
Absolutely. The 420 car pushing the number 24, Gordon Ritchie. Little action right there. They slung sideways, rear ends kicking it out. They were able to pick it up.
I'm watching this going down the middle. That's Nicholas Fontenot. The 337 falling back a little bit. He got out of line. Everybody able to shuffle around and get by him. Looking back out here in the 11th position, this is the one machine of Derek Johnson. He's fighting to get to the top 10. 11th position for him currently. Well, let's go on board and show you what his point of view is. We got our Pimax helmet cam riding with Derek Johnson currently.
Seeming to hold a great line on there. No movement whatsoever up the track or down. The guy in front of him's wind is forcing him in and outside of the rear end there as they're coming across the start-finish line. Lap 5 underway.
We go back here to a second group of cars. Stephen Crone sitting in the 16th position, approaching that cutoff, and officially it is 20 drivers that they need in this league. So we're looking at Christopher Hodges that's on that cutoff line currently. Things are going to get really interesting back here for these guys fighting to stay in that top 20.
Absolutely great action going on. Little man down below the inside line there. He pulled her back up just fine. They almost had a little incident coming out of turn 4 there into that dogleg.
It's on the back of Justin Ritchie's machine, and if you push at the wrong time, that's a product of getting into the corners and leaning on someone's bumper. It gets him loose, it gets him out of shape. And it's really easy to push a guy off the track or sideways up into the other group. The worst thing about this place is it's such high speeds that when you start a crash, it all goes to the outside wall and it collects 7, 8, 9 trucks before everyone can get slowed up. It happens so fast here. Richie Floyd fighting for that top spot. It's going to be tough to see because we haven't seen the third line develop yet, if it's even possible. Very tight groove up next to that wall. I'm curious to see if any takers come from maybe 13th, 14th position back. They're going to have the momentum. There it's starting to develop there in the 78 of Christopher McMillan, now moving to the outside, and the 1 of Derek Johnson. What a move there. He slips up through the middle.
He was a brave soul as he pulled that truck right up in front of the 72 there. Don't know how much longer they're going to make it under these clean conditions here. They do have limited fuel in these VRX Cup Series races. It should be an interesting turn of events as they keep it clean going through as the race.
Bobble there. The 78 of McMillan, he tried to follow the 1 and lost all his momentum, and the DC Hoonigan Chevrolet falls back. He loses 3 positions. Now the 5 of Pierce Crone moves in front of him, and that's your pole sitter we were talking about. He's working his way back up into the top 10. So now maybe a little sandbagging. These guys know you said they had limited fuel in these trucks. They might be in a situation where they're just kind of sitting back a little bit.
Absolutely. Most of the guys on the track right now are familiar with the rule set here in this series, and they are just holding up, knowing that people are going to start falling off here in the next couple laps, going in for pits, getting their adjustments made, maybe some repairs from the wall smacks that's happened in the past few laps.
Well, you saw all those checkups that happened there in the front. Dakota Floyd drops down to the inside line, but that allowed that second group of trucks to catch up. And we're sitting here with the 133. That's Ashley Ellison Jr. right on board with the 133 now. Currently in the 17th position, has lost 2 spots, but like I said, with these pit stops, it's probably going to break this field up a little bit. Everybody has a different tactic for coming down pit road, and if you have a partner that gets in there a little slow, you're kind of trapped. You might lose time. That'll spread this field out a little bit. I still look to have at least 15 cars in this lead pack, but everybody pitting at different times. Who's going to make the call first? Starting to spread out here in the lead. Dakota Floyd gets shuffled out. I apologize, that wasn't Floyd. It looks like the one machine. And a car drops off the apron. That's Stephen Crone. The 57, I thought. We got some different numbers out here. Some guys running paint schemes that are iRacing number stamps. So it's kind of difficult sometimes.
That's the beauty about being here.
Yeah.
Absolute beauty about being online here on iRacing in these wonderful hosted sessions here is it does not matter what you're running. However, the grid number for the cars do change. It's just extraordinarily confusing for us up here in the booth to call when they do match.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. It was a white truck. I lost track of it, but he fell back. He's probably back in line now. Looking outside the cut line, Charles Keller Jr. Apologize. Throwback paint scheme to the late Dale Earnhardt. Always loved that paint. You should be familiar with that one, Kevin. I like that a lot.
It's a good looking paint on there, the black rifle on the right of him, and we've got that beautiful, it's supporting the pride out there right now. Red, white, blue, pink, purple, and black up on that good wrench paint scheme. It's beautiful.
It's back up front here in the 3rd position, 420 of Connor Gordon. He started back in 6th. He's been patiently trying to work his way up through these lines. On the outside now, trying to challenge for the lead. Might get it. Nope, doesn't get it that time by. Dakota Floyd's going to hold it down there on the bottom. He's able to hold on for one more lap, but what a push there from Fontenot to get the 420 up front. And that one truck, I've seen it bobble several times. Derek Johnson seems like maybe the force feedback settings give out. As he enters the corner, that wheel gets really light. A lot of bobbing and weaving there for the one.
He'll get it under control before it's too late, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a great race going on out here right now, though. They're on lap 13, coming through turns 1 and 2.
13 laps into it. They tick by really fast here at Daytona. A lot of shuffling around here for the top 12, top 13. There's Chris M. Justice, who's in the 13th position. Hasn't moved forwards or backwards yet. Now that I say that, crosses the line in 15th position, but Lucky Charms on that machine. So we got a lot of colorful paints out here tonight. Loving the variety of different styles, different eras of motorsport, and even some custom jobs. You can see that DC truck 78 on the outside as well. And now 3 wide here with the 5 in the middle. Your pole sitter trying to figure out where he's going to fall in line. The 32 of Jeremy Bailey behind him. We got the 48 Skittles machine starting to sneak up there in that cut line.
He's got a tight line to run on that wall out there. Let's see if they've got any good mind about them, if they're going to stay 2 or if they're going to bring it 3 wide at any point in time in this race. They've had a bunch of courtesy about the drivers right now as we're riding with the number 48 of Kyson Harpster. He came from the outside in. He's riding up behind that white and pink Toyota. I didn't catch the full
I believe
thing on the
that's
back of that,
Ashley
but I
Ellison.
giggled.
I believe that's Ashley Ellison. And yeah, let's go back on board here. Salisbury Roller Hockey League.
Well,
Salisbury.
that's
There.
the town there, I'm
Oh,
assuming.
we got trouble.
And smoke in the dog leg there, kicking it out. Oh, the 33 ramming through the 14. Big trouble in Little China, as they would say. What a massive pileup on the front stretch there. The 33 barely making it. I apologize, the 38 there barely making it through all the contact.
And I think
That
the 14 might have been the
intense.
start of that. We're going to go try to find, because that car's mislabeled as well, trying to find the proper
Pace
car
truck.
number.
Flying ahead of the contact right. Oh, what an amazing incident. We'll see how bad it was from above here momentarily. Everybody seems to have their nerves back. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen, up into turn 3. Seeming well in the state of Denmark.
I'm not entirely sure where this starts. It's the 78 machine.
There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen, popping through 14, comes down onto the 78. He comes in.
So let's go on board here with the 78.
Absolutely crazy action right there. What a massive pileup. Fortunately for the drivers, they do have that one. They don't, do they?
I don't know. Never got that official ruling. 78
I did
able
not
to
get that
recover
either.
okay. Locks it up down on the bottom of the track, but let's see if we can get a different camera angle of this.
99 in that good wrench paint scheme you like so much, drifting sideways through the grass. Thought they needed it rearranged. Oh, yeah. Wow, cuts the inside of the rear end of that 14. Sent him nose first into the wall, ladies and gentlemen. That was an absolute crazy accident to happen there. Very unfortunate for a lot of the drivers on the field right now.
Well, it looks like they do have fast repairs. Just watched the 99 get the instant damage fix. So good news for some of these drivers. Actually, I would say half the field involved in that at some point.
Exactly correct there. So the guys in front of that having the advantage right now, being able to make it through completely clean. 17 laps deep. We're about to come across. Pace truck looks like it's coming through turn 4 right now into the front stretch to cross over the dog leg, so they'll be coming up on lap 18. Let's hope these guys, they are on the backstretch. My apologies there.
Dakota Floyd remaining the leader after all that, and you can see how many trucks weren't involved, the ones that stayed out. Essentially, everybody else going down to pit road to use that fast repair. This track's so important with aerodynamics. If you have just a dent in the fender, it can interfere with your ability to suck up to that truck in front of you, or even lead the race if it's possible. You're in that situation where you have to burn that fast repair, and it's really unfortunate for a lot of these guys. But coming up, lap 17 on the board. We're going to go lap 18. The lights will go out on the pace truck, iRacing pace truck. And I believe we'll have double file restarts here to bring him back to the pack racing that you know and love at Daytona. 24 Dakota Floyd, Connor Gordon in second position. Bring up your top 10 here. Justin Ritchie in third. Nicholas Fontenot.
Fifth place is Kenny Reel. Sixth place is Philip Brewer. He's followed closely by Derek Johnson. And he's got Matt Gagnon behind him. That's eighth place. Ninth place is Chris M. Justice with Ron Fitting rounding off that top 10.
If I was right, I was. Lights went out on the pace truck, getting double file again. Do you think these guys calm down any, or?
Well, I'm really hoping the action stays where it's at right now, because it's no fun at all to watch pace laps under caution. It's absolutely no fun at all to watch guys be so timid that they're afraid to push for the pass under green lap conditions. So I really hope they crank up this intensity and we see a great finish here in the last 11 laps at Daytona.
Well, we saw the big one already, but all these trucks that were in that, able to get down pit road, use their fast repair. I think from 10th on back, we have trucks that have 0 fast repairs left in this race. Some of them maybe got minimal damage, came down for 4 tires. After a spin that puts you back to 20th, 30th position, somewhere in that range, you really have nothing to lose. If you didn't get damage, you might as well come get 4 tires and top off with some fuel. Interesting to see, though, these top 9, 10 trucks that stayed out. Do they have enough fuel to make it to the end with this caution? Did it lengthen it enough that they can make it all the way around?
They may be sitting pretty for 11 more laps to go. Perhaps the fuel wasn't as limited as we thought it was here in the VRX Cup Series Eliminator for their World Cup Series coming up here soon. Brought to you live by Thrustmaster.
Right, so we went through your top 10. Let's go back here and look at some of the drivers that are outside the cut line. Ryan Duncan, 22nd position. Ryan Newingham, 21st. So these guys kind of trading back and forth, but officially, pace car is off. Dakota
Here they go,
Floyd,
green flag.
Dakota Floyd leads him into turn 1. He has Connor Gordon on the outside.
Justin Ritchie and Nicholas Fontenot right behind them, respectively. Gentlemen, get up to speed real quick on the track. They're already up to 175 miles an hour up towards the front. 180 coming onto the backstretch there. I love the speed that picks up here at Daytona.
Should be about full speed as they exit turn 4. You can see Floyd drops down on that bottom, and he's playing a little bit of protection as they exit turn 4.
Dakota Floyd nearly running an absolutely perfect run here at Daytona this evening in this VRX Eliminator race. He has been up front, if not every lap so far, only missing it by 1 or 2. So just an excellent showing by this driver on the track right now.
Some of these guys still shuffling, trying to figure out what line they're going to go with. This is the 43 of Larry Bell. He goes to the outside. He was on the inside to start this run. You see that outside starting to develop more takers as we wind down these laps, and now drives back down to the inside, trying to maintain that draft. Your pole sitter just in front of him. That's the 5 of Pierce Crone. And there's the 2 of Stephen Douglas Hines. Haven't talked about him yet today. He's up in the 12th position. He started in 31st.
He's making some great leeway up through the track right now, making at least 18 spots up almost. That's a great feat to pull off here on the track. Hopefully, I think he made it through the trouble that had happened on the caution that went down at lap 18. So that could be fortunate for him to get through on up ahead, no pit stop for him, and still run through with those nice broke-in tires that they're running on up front of the track.
So we'll get our butt kicker, biggest mover of the race so far. Going back here to the 3 machine. This is Ron Fitting. Ron started at the cutoff line, has worked his way close to the top 10, racing next to your pole sitter now. So ride on board with the 3. Look at all the turbulence. It's really picked up here. These outside lines starting to hug. They're starting to get that side force, as we call it. You can actually drive yourself up to the front by side force. And oh, some contact up front there. I just saw the one getting to the side of Dakota Floyd. And I'm not sure if the
Little
paint
3
schemes
wide coming back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these paint schemes. Oh, and the 2. What a no!
There
They're
it is,
gonna wreck.
another one through the wall. He come down from the outside, cut off 2 drivers on the inside of him there. Clipped the 52, caused him to go up inside the wall, and all broke loose yet again here at Daytona, ladies and gentlemen. What a crazy, crazy incident. Once again, with 8 remaining.
So we're going to go back and ride on board with Jessica Childs. Show you what happened here just in front.
28. Oh, wow. Complete nose job by the 52 on the wall. 99. Barely making it through there is Mr. Childs. What a great run. unfortunately clipped the wall coming through the turn.
So I'm looking
Guess
for the
they
car
didn't check
number
up.
that started all that. If we can go back one more time here. Maybe go back a little bit further. We had the 2 truck that bobbled right there.
There it is, right there. Black and gold cutting through the infield. He's in the infield right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to discover who that is.
Let's see here. Black and gold vehicle. Kicking it around here.
Go back a full 20 seconds again here. These trucks
22 truck. 32 truck. 32 truck. Absolutely, the 32 of Jeremy Bailey.
So maybe trying to dodge some smoke there in front. Still not quite the right truck, but nonetheless, we get another angle from an onboard there with the 32 of Jeremy Bailey, who's pretty much snuck through that unscathed.
In the world. What an incident. 33 truck is the guy we were looking for. The 33
Oh, okay. Well, we can go back
of
on
Paul
that.
McDonald. Well, no, it's not either. These things have so many of the same numbers on here. It's so hard.
Yep.
It was Paul McDonald.
Let's see if we can find the... There it is. There it is. Right on board
Hard for
here.
the confusion drivers.
Maybe got a little bit of help there in the back. Hard inside wall hit, too.
Absolutely. Intense action out here at Daytona. I told you they were going to crank it up for us out here, and that's exactly what they did. Pushed it on hard. They only had a few laps left on there. Going to start breaking away 3 wide after this first initial restart race here. I see it happening for the remainder of these 5 laps to go. They should be 3 to green right now. Bradley, is that correct?
I believe we're going to get the 1 to go signal here. These guys will double back up after the pit stops. I think the lights will go out on the pace truck. Thrustmaster through the field. Dakota Floyd still your leader. He's led a vast majority of laps in this race, 16 to be exact. Just behind him, Derek Johnson in the 2nd position. He has 1 lap led and a very similar paint scheme. I would assume they're teammates, so maybe sitting pretty here for Floyd and Johnson. Justin Ritchie's going to be in the 3rd spot. Started 3rd. He's led 5 laps. He was able to pass that pole sitter pretty quickly and get to the front. Still in a good position. Nicholas Fontenot behind him in the 337. He started in 8th spot, and he's looked fast, especially up there on that outside. Philip Brewer's going to round out your top 5, and he's came from all the way back in 18th position, so another big mover here, up here in the top 10 positions. Kenny Reel in the 11 car. He's going to be in the 6th spot on the outside starting here. Kenny Reel is another name that we mentioned right at the start of this race. Didn't get a lap led, but he was definitely fast. He pushed Dakota Floyd and a couple others up to the front. Matt Gannon in the 22. He's going to be in 7th spot. Might be the first time we mentioned Matt Gannon here. I know he got caught up in that big wreck there at the start of this race. And then
He was
position. Oh,
he was up there up the front. Yes, sir. Matt Gagnon was involved in that first wreck, got taken back from the front all the way back to around 18th and has made his well back up. So
as they're pacing
great
around,
job.
it kind of shuffles here with the 8th and 9th position. Pierce Crone, even Douglas Hines kind of trading that back and forth on my timing and scoring. But then officially in your top 10 for your Thrustmaster through the field, Connor Gordon in the 420 machine back here in 10th. So, Dakota Floyd going to lead him off into turn 1 again. Looks like he might have some help there with the Red Bull matching paint schemes. Do you protect the inside? Do you shuffle back and forth? What's the tactic here, Kevin?
in my opinion, this driver is going to hold that yellow line like it life depended on it. He is not going to veer any way away from that whatsoever. There is no need in the sling going off the turns to get that extra speed. He is going to hold that bad boy all the way around for the remaining 5 laps here in Daytona, and I bet he's got his fingers crossed on both sides of that wheel that 55's got a great mind about him to push him all the way through to victory, because once again, this is just an eliminator race. This race is just to get you to the place that matters. This is just a stepping stone towards victory in that tournament up ahead of us in this journey that we're taking with VRX right now. So looks like that 55's got a great pushing mind about him. He's going to give him the space right now. Coming through those turns, it's going to be intense action.
Nicholas Fontenot pushing Derek Johnson down the backstretch, gets him up to the front, but not able to clear the 24 of Floyd. I would assume the one's going to drop down to that inside line if Fontenot pushes him past, but not able to do it that time by. If Dakota Floyd's going to lead another lap. 5 laps to go, and we got trouble again.
We got the 48 into the wall, ladies and gentlemen. The number 13 in the 48 truck. Contact has been made. Contact has been made, and it didn't look pretty for anyone behind or near him. 14 out of this right there with the 48 and the 13 truck. That did not look pretty. Can we get that brought back up? That's absolutely crazy.
This is actually going into turn 3, so this is about 10 seconds before the accident. We see the 13 trims the wall. This puts the 48 3 wide. And that might be where it starts. Yep, the 13 bounced.
Oh, net code. iRacing net code. There was no contact there. He folded in front of him before anything. If you can get it back up again, unfortunate right there that just happened. He never touched him. They were loose, but he never touched him.
Watching it from our drone camera, you can see the 13. I mean, he was weaving back and forth pretty hard, though. It's just
very unfortunate that could happen to someone right there. That caused a big incident there. If it were lifelike, you'd see a big chunk of metal fly up when they flipped right there as his rear end come up on the left quarter panel of the truck, but they never touched.
I want to go back.
No paint scab or
here.
nothing on that Skittles paint job. If you look at it as he folds around the front end of the car here, we're watching from the inside view of Brian Duncan in the 13. They are loose, ladies and gentlemen, but they never touched until he folded in front of him. So unfortunate.
Just watching
that would make me sick.
3 wide there with the 13, and it unfortunately puts them all in a situation where the 48.
Bad action. I'm wondering who's out of it now. We need to get a recap after this last lap of what's going on in that top 20 to see who's in and out now.
Yeah, 19th
place.
Down pit road, it looks like the 48 is done for the day.
He is out. It is probably truthful on that. He was already only 1 lap down, too. Right now, 20th position, Jessica Childs sitting 4 laps back. Very unfortunate for the field out there. I'm hoping. Do we have a green-white checkered here? Is that what's going to go down?
We might have a naturally occurring one. I'm not sure if they have it over time in these races. I would assume they would, as short as it is, being Daytona. But right there on the cutoff line, Jessica Childs in the 20th position. Just behind her, the 78 of Christopher McMillian. And it looks like a few other takers came down pit road to get 4 fresh tires to get some of that damage repaired. It's going to be tough for these guys 20th on back because some of them have damage and you might not know it. They might just be on the front of the truck. You choose that truck to push and realize that you're pushing a brick wall. You have to be very picky and choosy now with which truck you try to take back up to that top 20 in the field.
Well, it looks like we've got Jesse Baker in the 434 Chevrolet, 1 lap down, sitting in pit road right now. Brian Duncan in the 13, who was just involved in that incident, also 1 lap down, still sitting in pit road. Brian Newingham, he's in there as well. He just got lapped, ladies and gentlemen, 2 laps down. I don't think he is going to make it back out there on the track. These 4 drivers, unfortunately, were involved in the last one there, and they're not going to be able to get back out on the track in time to save themselves that 20th position of either of them. Very unfortunate.
So doubling back up, pace truck lights are out on the pace truck. 24 Dakota Floyd, Derek Johnson on the outside. The top 5 really hasn't changed too much. The 44 of Philip Brewer, he gets up into that top 5. He takes away the spot from Kenny Reel the last time we did this restart. But we weren't even really able to get the tires warmed up. We made it 1 lap around this place and then big trouble again. Some of these guys trying to get to that cutoff mark caused a little catastrophe on the front straightaway. 3 cautions here tonight. We go through our race recap, 9 lead changes. It's been a good one here at Daytona, and it's not done. We're going to take a naturally occurring green-white checker here to figure out these results.
Well, it's going to look like it's intense action coming at us live, ladies and gentlemen, here momentarily at Daytona. They've got 2 laps to go once they pass that start-finish line and that green flag drops on them. And I am telling you right now, there is not one soul on that track that's not going to have that gas pressed so hard into that floorboard that it's going to wear a hole through to the ground below as if they were Fred Flintstone trying to get more speed underneath them. And I am absolutely guaranteeing you that some intense action is about to ensue on this track, because there is no way any one of them back behind that 20th position is not going to want to try to get in the running for those wonderful prizes for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in the series.
Pace truck going to pull down this time through. Green flag going to go back out in the air. Geico restart zone for Dakota Floyd. He's going to lead him into turn 1. We're back racing. VRX for maybe the final time. Taking the green flag into 1.
Here it goes. We're watching the rear end of the Mr. Johnson there in first place as they come through. Oh, it's 24 of Dakota Floyd. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. That is a gorgeous paint scheme. Following behind him, though,
Justin
in the
Ritchie
55.
in the 55. Yeah, that is
Yes.
a pretty paint.
That is a good-looking truck there, black, purple and gold.
2 to go,
just
though,
makes me
and
smile.
it's shuffling around back here for the cutoff positions. We go back. Christopher McMillian, he's holding on to it with the 78, but he's got the 434 to the inside. Jesse Baker gets around. White flag up in the air now for Dakota Floyd. It's going to be official as they cross the line here. Any wrecks after this point don't count. No yellows. And Dakota
And
Floyd
they're
gets moved
3
out of the way.
wide.
Floyd gets shoved out of
ladies
the
and
line.
gentlemen, they took it from him as if they were snatching candy from an infant right there.
11,
Got
big
a little,
wreck.
oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the big one right as they come through turn 2 onto the backstretch. We've got the 55 of Justin Ritchie running away with things, coming down the backstretch, entering turn 3. Look at that massive pileup exiting turn 2 onto that backstretch. That is nasty looking. I feel real bad for
Oh, and a
everybody
big
out
push
there. We've
coming.
got
The 22 of Matt Gannon, the 38 of Christopher Hodges, almost had enough momentum, but a block there by Justin Ritchie.
He
Able
brought
to
it
hold him
down
off.
just in time. Absolutely beautiful. Coming through that Geico restart zone. They're pushing through again, but they just don't have enough. Oh, spun the winner out at the line. Justin Ritchie, big win here, and they are tearing him to pieces as they all come flying through for that 20th position. We'll give it just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We'll call out those top 20, and we'll see how it is. They're crossed through there now, Bradley. How do you want to do this, sir? Justin
Well,
Ritchie,
I
big
wanna-
win.
I want to go back and look at Justin Ritchie's block.
We'll go ahead and get that queued up. Ladies and gentlemen, first place, Justin Ritchie. Matt Gagnon in second there. Third place for the last pole sitter, pole position, whatever you want to call it, ladies and gentlemen, is Christopher Hodges. That's your top 3 that finished at the line under great conditions there. Unfortunately, he did clip the winner right as they crossed. Woo! He caught some air after that and was able to not say, oh, Lord. Bring it back again. Call that out, Bradley. Let's see how it was.
We got that big wreck coming out of turn 2. So that's a replay of that. And that's this whole scuffle of cars. We have no idea who finishes in the top 20 based off of that. And then we go back to the exact rewind margin. This right here, probably the move of the race. Justin Ritchie goes up and blocks the 22
Damn!
of Matt Gannon to hold on. And what a shove. They had a huge head of steam
He took
coming out of
every
them.
bit of that right there and said, thank you for the push. I'll be winning this. Have a great evening. I'll see you in the series later. What a great win there. Those 3 drivers did a hell of a job getting everything going as they come across that line. I am blown away with the way that finished. That was beautiful. I'd like to see that wreck again, though, Bradley, if we could.
Yeah, absolutely. So rewind margin here. Let me go back another 10 seconds because it's already kind of developed here.
Oh, whoa. I mean, it's just right when you get to it. They're 4 wide is what it looked like beforehand, ladies and gentlemen. No room to wipe your nose is what I am seeing from that right there. And it just, someone sneezed.
Let's go on board with Jesse Baker, who sneaks through here for 8th position.
He got tapped on the side 2 times there, was able to keep his control, keep his composure, hammered down on the gas and said, see you fellas later. I'm going on. I'm going to try to win me a brand new T248 Thrustmaster wheel setup. That's what he's got in mind.
And then the block again.
Look at that block.
What an amazing block. Justin Ritchie able to get it done. That's incredible. I don't know how they didn't wreck themselves.
The more amazing feat about it was they were in the middle of the turn, ladies and gentlemen, and he took every bit of what they gave him, held on to it, and pretty much just waved them off like it was nothing. You didn't have anything on me today. My race to win, says Justin Ritchie.
Well, he got it done, and we're going to name your top 20. We'll get the official results after that giant crash coming out of turn 2. And interviews with a couple of your top 5. We'll try to pull up Justin Ritchie, Matt Gannon, and Christopher Hodges, your top 3. We'll take a quick commercial break and gather those folks up on pit road right after this.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
It was definitely a great race. Definitely a great race. I have got one big question for that driver just as soon as he gets in here. I really can't wait to ask him one tremendous question. Sir, Mr. Ritchie, first off, congratulations on that big winner. Secondly, how's your back feel?
Man, dude, that might have been my best super speedway race in a while. That was crazy. To be honest with you, I was going to be content with a top 5.
You took one tremendous hit in your rear end, and you pulled up in front of them gentlemen for that block coming out of that was amazing. Blew both of our minds here in the booth. And I'm just curious, you got neck trouble, back issues walking out of that truck, or how's it feel?
After that, I might be sitting sideways a little bit. Well, I thought a caution was going to come out, and then about halfway down the back straight, I realized there wasn't. So I was like, well, I've got one chance to throw this block, and if I miss it, I'm either going to wreck or, DNF. But if I hit it, I'm winning. So I just went for it, and worked out for me.
Picturesque is all I can say on that. Bradley, what do you think?
I think that he needs to go buy a lottery ticket, because we've seen netcode here tonight that sent trucks flying in the air that never even touched, and you guys definitely hit in the center of 3 and 4. It's been a long time since I've seen iRacing not just punish somebody for that.
Well, I tried to. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, great job holding on, because y'all were in the middle of the turn when he got you when you threw that block.
Well, I think they've updated the trucks, and they're a lot more stable bumping mid-corner. So I just tried to line it up to where he'd hit me square. That way, he wouldn't get me in the corner a little bit and start sliding or anything like that. So the update has really helped these trucks at super speedways. So
I'll have to agree with you on that damage update there, because you can take a good old whipping now and still keep on rolling. But look at that block right there. He just absolutely just picture perfect, sir. You couldn't have asked for a better turnout for you.
Yeah, it was. Maybe luck was a little bit into it, but yeah, it was fun.
I don't think there was a bit of luck involved in that. Once again, you were mid-turn and were able to steer right through there and hold on like nothing happened. So
yeah, that's going on the wall.
Kudos to you. Good luck in the races to come.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, I think I have to not finish bottom 20 or something to qualify. So, yeah, this race I'm going to be a little bit more passive, let's say.
Well, congrats on sneaking by. I saw the big wreck behind you. The seas parted. They still had that group that had the push there down the backstretch. You were sitting lonesome, but looking back, you knew you were in the cutoff, and watching all those trucks crash, did you feel pretty confident that you were still going to win, or did you think that that head of steam was going to be enough?
Yeah, I thought they were gonna get by me for sure. If not that time, when they both regrouped and came back down going into the dog leg, I kind of feint a move to the outside to try to get them to dive on the inside on the apron because I figured that's where they'd want to be, and I just tried to cover that off too. Got spun across the line, so I guess it worked out.
Yeah, you had a great play there right at the end, driver. That was some good moves, great strategy there, and I don't think they'd have had you either way. They'd have needed at least 50 more feet to come around you. So
Hey, I'll take it.
Well, congratulations, Justin. Richie, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out or thank for tonight's victory and getting through to the top 20?
Well, first off, shout out to Brian Hennings for this amazing Vikings paint scheme. Big Vikings fan, obviously. So it's sick that he spent the time and effort to make this for me. And just a shout out, I want to say to all the VSRL guys, because that's another league that I was racing in, and I hadn't touched trucks before then. So this probably wouldn't have happened if I didn't run in that. So yeah, those are the two big main ones. And everybody at VRX, shout out to them. Butt Kicker, Thrustmaster, Pimax for sponsoring this event, and I'm excited for what's to come.
We appreciate your time, Justin, and we look forward to seeing you in that eight race Cup Series presented by VRX and Thrustmaster. We thank you for your time and looking forward to it.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.
you too. Good luck, driver.
Appreciate it.
So there's your race winner, and moving on, we're gonna pull up second position finisher. That's Matt Gannon.
Great personality on that guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got Matt Gannon down here on pit road. Matt, you had a big head of steam, and it was like you ran into a brick wall there at the end. What was going through your mind there at that finish?
I was excited. I made it through that wreck back there. I didn't think I was going to make it out, but I managed to squeeze out there, P2 there. And I noticed I had a big run on the guy, and I think I got in my own head a little bit, a little too excited, coming in like a freight train or whatever. But
absolutely not, brother. You had the right strategy going on you. The problem that you had was the guy in front of you was ready to take anything you had and then some in that rear end. We've been talking about this for 7 minutes now, at least, on that block that he threw on you. And if you'd have caught him any less square, you'd probably be sitting in victory lane right now. So think about that.
Yeah, it's tough to think about that, but overall, I can't be disappointed. P2, I'll take a P2 any day long, all day long, baby. But, you know, he had to do what he had to do, play a great defensive game right there, but, you know, P2, I'll take it any day.
It is what it is, and you know what it is right now, sir. P2 gets you on through to those 8 races for those great prizes, so that's got to mean something to you.
Exactly. That means a lot to me. I'm very excited. This is a pretty cool looking league. I'm really excited to be a part of it. And, you know, you're going to see that Ford truck. Hopefully you're going to see him in victory lane pretty soon.
We look forward to it, driver.
Thank you very much.
Anybody you'd like to shout out or thank for tonight's performance there, Matt, before we let you go?
I'd like to thank my teammates, Bull Creek Racing, Chris Justice, Jeremy Bailey. Pretty great group of guys helping me out there. Really excited moving forward into the Charlotte race coming up next, and I wish them great luck.
We appreciate your time, man, and good luck here this season in the 8 races here at VRX, and we'll probably have you back up in the booth at some other point in the season.
Count on it.
Best of luck to you, driver.
Thank you, brother.
There's Matt Gannon, your second place finisher, and now we're going to get the guy that was right on the tail of this cutoff mark. That's the number 5 of Pierce Crone.
Can't wait to hear this guy's opinion of this, because he barely snuck through this massive wreck right here, right at the end. And I mean, he barely got through there. I'm not seeing Pierce up top anymore there, Bradley.
Yeah, he moved himself. We're going to put him back in here. Pierce Crone, 20th place here tonight. You snuck through that wreck, man. After starting on the pole and getting caught up in that, it had to make you sick to your stomach, but you still make the cut by the skin of your teeth after that big crash.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I really don't know what to anticipate, or didn't know what to anticipate. I spun. I tried getting it back into gear. There were a number of other slow trucks that were crashing, so I just went for it, tried to get all the draft I could. Our initial strategy of sitting in the back didn't work as a team, so we had to get creative. But all in all, we're both in the top 20, and that's really what matters at the moment. Stephen Curran 14th and myself 20th. So as long as we can keep there, we'll be in the show.
That's right. 20th place was all that mattered here. If you could make it to 20th place, you're in the cutoff for the running for victory prizes, and that's exciting for you. I'm looking forward to see how things turn out the next 8 races for you all.
It'll be fun, and looking forward to having you guys all the way. So thank you again, and thanks for everyone that puts us on.
Anybody you'd like to shout out, Pierce, for making that cut line? Shout them out now.
Well, a couple of people here, friends, the family, the real race teams I'm associated with, all the different Formula Car programs. It's fun to go online and hang out with some people and not be on an actual racetrack and having a crash and not costing a whole lot. But it's a pleasure having everybody on board that we do. As you can see, my trunk lid on my truck and my sides have quite a few people that we are associated with. So I'd say them all, but I'm pretty sure qualifying will be done by then. So they know who they are, and everyone else does too, that they can see the track.
Well, congratulations again on your Pimax Pull Award. We pulled you up there pre-race. Got you another interview here to make the cutoff line. Congratulations, and good luck this season.
Thanks a bunch. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you, driver. Good luck in the races to come.
Thank you.
So let's bring up that final finishing order. So bring it up on your screen. Results. Justin Ritchie, your winner here tonight, and we're going to go all the way down to your top 20. Everyone in here, this is a guarantee in, correct, Kevin?
That is absolutely correct. From 1st to 20th place, they get to race for that Thrustmaster T248 wheel, that wonderful butt kicker system, and that Primax portal to 3rd place.
All right, so your winner, Justin Ritchie. Matt Gannon's going to come home in 2nd position. Christopher Hodge is in 3rd. Jeremy Bailey in 4th. Kenny Reel, 5th position. Dakota Floyd, after getting shoved down a line on the inside, he still recovers and comes home 6th. Jonathan Ray in 7th position with Jesse Baker in 8th. Connor Gordon 9th. And Isaac Wilson rounding out your top 10.
Top 11, coming in at 11th place, we've got Christopher McMillan. 12th place is Charles Keller with Larry Bell in 13th. 14th place, Stephen Crone. That's the teammate of the 20.
Lost your audio there for a second, Kevin. You good?
Did I disappear?
You're
Hey,
here.
you know it's the 2nd race, right?
No, we didn't. We thought we were combining. We have no
Yeah,
idea
it's
what's
still.
going on.
Oh man, it's still 2 races. Yeah, we just combined everybody because of the turnout, just like kind of what we did in the World Cup. So yeah, Charlotte's up. There's about 15 minutes left to practice.
Yeah, we literally got no details on that.
No one told us that.
I cannot believe Nitro didn't mention that to you guys at
No,
some
they
point.
just said that they were doing the one race. They were cutting the groups and doing one race. No one said they were still doing the Charlottes.
One group, still 2 races.
And 4.
Wow. I
Okay.
assume they're paying you for 2 races.
We're going to take a quick commercial break because we have no idea what's going on. I apologize
Wow.
to everybody out there, and we'll be right back after this.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker, the future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Cabot.
Where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
The Charlotte Motor Speedway VRX Cup Series. Warming up out on the track right now. And starting on your pole, back-to-back pole awards for the number 5 machine. Into done out there. Pierce Crone putting it up front again. So Pimax pole awards all around. He's going to have 2 on the trophy shelf here tonight. Hopefully the race goes a little bit better for Pierce. Barely making the cutoff in that top 20 at Daytona. Now coming around here to Charlotte to lead him off. It'll be a little bit different situation. Not going to be wide open. Pack racing going to be a thing of the past. We're going to have another short sprint, action-packed race for you here on V-Speed. If you're liking what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like, follow, and share this broadcast so you never miss a single race here at VRX, presented by Thrustmaster, Pimax, and Butt Kicker. Because we have a few takers out there on the track here in warm-ups. We're going to go around with them. Stephen Crone down there on pit road. Everybody just kind of sitting around, and Stephen Hines going to go out on the track for a little warm-up session. About 3 minutes left before we take grid. Hopefully before long, Kevin Calls TV will be back here in the booth with me, because it's been exciting so far.
Oh, it's been an absolutely action-packed night out there, ladies and gentlemen. We're hopefully looking forward to God's country's race here at America's home for racing, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be live at Charlotte Motor Speedway for this next race in VRX's World Series Eliminators. We've got that number 2 out there right now, just doing some fine lines around that track in that Black Rifle Coffee Company paint scheme. Stephen Douglas Hines doing a great job out there.
Gonna pull it down pit road and see the 99. I believe that was the 99 of Charles Keller Jr. going around. It's about 1:50 left to grid. What are your predictions here? Pierce Crone on the pole again here tonight.
Well, you know, we've got a totally different aspect of racing coming up at us here on this shorter track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So Pierce Crone being out front is lovely to see, but I'm looking for guys towards the middle of the pack. Whoever qualifies around 12th to 15th place, those guys are going to be up front within the next 8 laps after the green flag comes out. I'm looking for one of those guys to walk away with that win.
Well, we're sizing it up here. A minute left to grid. Charles Keller, second fastest on the track. Philip Brewer in these warm-ups going to be the fastest car out there in the 44. But based off qualifying, like you said, it's a different aspect of racing, but fast is fast. And if you're talented, you get up there on the pole, it makes it a lot easier to have a good race when you're not having to pass cars, use up your tires, or maybe get caught up in an accident that's not your fault. All right, so
You
Jesse
never know
Baker.
what can go down. Go ahead, Bradley. Sorry for cutting you off there, partner.
I don't know. I think we might have a little bit of audio delay. We might be behind on some of this stuff, but I'm working to try to get everything flushed out. I know we've got some preseason jitters, so we'll get it all worked out, all the kinks and all the information that we need. But what we do know, we saw an excellent race at Daytona. Now we're going to take the same field of 34 cars, bring them out to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and the final points based off of their finishing will dictate who makes it into the top 20 cut line. And that will all be updated for you live on simracerhub.com, and I will have those points for you after the conclusion of the second elimination race. So again, bringing it back out there, starting up on the pole, Pierce Crone, that Pimax Pole Award. Bring your grid up now. Hopefully we can get it corrected. There we go. Pierce Crone, Larry Bell, your front row. Dakota Floyd's going to start in the third position with Isaac Wilson in fourth. Next row is going to belong to Philip Brewer with Matt Gannon in sixth position. Justin Ritchie in seventh with Christopher Hodges in eighth. And rounding out your top 10 will be Connor Gordon and Jonathan Ray. 11th spot's going to belong to Chris M. Justice. 12th spot, Jeremy Bailey. 13th will be Charles Keller Jr. with Kenny Reel in 14th. 15th, Derek Johnson. 16th position, Frank Perfin. Paul McDonald, in 17th. Ron Fitting in 18th. Jesse Baker in 19th. And Christopher McMillian in 20th. 21st, Bryant Newingham with Steve Mann in 22nd. 23rd, Stephen Crone with Tyson Harpster in the 48. Tough break for him in Daytona. He's going to have to recover in 24th. 25th will be Ashley Ellison Jr. with Jessica Childs in 26th. 27th, John Darnell, Ryan Hennings in 28th. 29th, Edward Feldner, and Benjamin Richards. Mark Math in 31st, and Stephen Douglas rounding out your field. Brian Duncan in 33rd position. So get set
it's going to be
Green.
action-packed. Action-packed out there tonight. They've got a great group of drivers. They all came from the last race. They should be familiar with the way everyone pulls and pushes on this track. Draft is going to be a big factor when they come through. I cannot wait to see how things turn out here.
Coming down pit entry, pace truck makes that left-hand turn down the front straightaway now. Flagman has it green in the air. They hit the Geico restart zone. And we're live racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway for VRX Cup Series. Elimination race number 2. And already some tires spin back there. Looked like Steve Mann might have lost the tires there for just a second.
He probably started in a lower gear than everyone else. They do that from time to time. Some of them feel that, first gear takeoff is the way to go. And if they get on that throttle just a little too soon, man, it'll send that right end of the backside of their vehicle just sideways, just as quick as you can say, what happened?
Bringing the ticker up. Crone able to lead lap number 1. Different story here for him compared to Daytona.
I really do enjoy how the space produces itself out here on the track. We've got 3 truck lengths in between the number 5 and the number 24 right now, with them grouped up behind them, racing 2 wide. And that's the way we like to see the action as they close that gap up just a little bit on Steve Crone.
38 of Christopher
Here's
Hodges. Oh, trouble just behind him.
Inside there, looked like the 45 or the 43 of Larry Bell got into the 93 of Isaac Wilson, maybe.
Justin Ritchie goes off track as well. Let's see if we can get an instant replay to pop up for you really quick. This is coming out of turns 3 and 4.
No caution thrown on that either. They're still racing green on the track.
Not really sure where this happened. We went back the full 60 seconds, so we're actually a lap ahead. Went back a little bit too far, but Richie went through pit road there.
It should be coming up right here as they come through. Little action, little touch, and must not have been that lap there, Bradley.
Yeah, we're a
They're
little bit ahead
still green
of it.
on the track in front of us as well. Pierce Crone still leading the track out there, ladies and gentlemen, with the 44 of Philip Brewer behind him directly. And we seem to have found the wreck there.
Yeah, it was the 55 and the 420 machine, so your race Daytona winner, Justin Ritchie, falls all the way back to 28th spot. 5 laps into this thing, he still has plenty of time to race back up there, but with that race win, he's almost guaranteed in with only 30 trucks making it out here for the second heat.
Absolutely. I'd say he'd only have to finish within the top 20, 22, 25, something like that to stay up in the 20 position points.
Yeah, he should be okay and recover just fine. He's racing alongside Stephen Crone now in the 27th position. They go
Leaders are coming through turns 1 and 2 onto the backstretch. They got a little action coming up as Pierce Crone up front. He had Philip Brewer making a push on the inside, and then they just magically shifted positions like they were doing an act in front of a show for real.
Philip Brewer on the outside now. He's going to pass for the lead coming into 1 and 2. On the outside, on the exit of the corner, he's going to have the preferred line, but he taps the wall.
Caution. Wreck happened back in the back of the pack there. Number 43 sliding out again. Let's see if we can catch exactly what happened. Oh, he pulled up into the track, nailing the race winner from last race, Justin Ritchie, sending him into the wall as well. I wonder why that driver pulled out on the track so slow like that.
There's a 14 gets in
14
front there.
getting loose. Oh! He
That's
had
what
that
happened.
guy come up close to him, pulled up away to try to avoid contact, and instead, well, contact was made with that wall, which is way less forgiving than the other part of a truck. Clipped him there. Flipped his rear end and then turned around as he was going, said, "You can't go that far. Let me help you out here. Straighten you out for a moment." Unfortunate for the 43 there.
So Larry Bell gets the short end of that stick, the 14, which I'm not showing the 14 in my scoring, timing and scoring, so that's one of those alternate.
Jesse Baker.
Jesse Baker.
Absolutely, Bradley. Jesse Baker would be the driver of the 14 paint scheme. Currently
Right,
sitting
so-
in 14th.
Well, that's a different paint than what we had, though. We've got so many stamps
Really?
out here. Yeah, that was.
Oh, I see the blue and white 14.
Yeah, so we had another car out there on the track that's being labeled as a 14.
Absolutely
The confusion.
confusing as can be with Trading Paints Pro going on here in iRacing World. Look at those pit stops going down out there. Those crews are working night and day to get them things lined in under 14 seconds. And they managed to do it. Matt Gagnon's team out there the fastest so far with a 4-tire change, 13.6 seconds out the pits, not including the drive time in and out of it. What a great pit stop there by that driver.
Isaac Wilson is going to come out first. Christopher Hodges in second position. Pierce Crone third. Philip Brewer in fourth. Matt Gannon in fifth spot.
Looking like Isaac Wilson's team decided to give him only the right side on there and fuel. We'll see how that pans out for him here at Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. It's a risky move right now. Well, all for early, plus yellow flag was out. You had plenty of time to take those 4 tires and get that full grip on your truck for the remainder of your time out there on the track. So we'll see how this maneuver played out for him. There was only 3 of them, ladies and gentlemen. We had Isaac Wilson, Christopher Hodges, and Connor Gordon all take rights only in the pit. Let's see how it works out for
Showing
all
that
3 of them.
track temperature up there, and it's 117 on the surface of this That's a little greasy. I think I'd want 4 tires as well. I'm right there with you, Kevin. I don't know if that was a good call or not. We'll find out though. After about
We'll
8
see
laps.
how that draft pulls them up into turn 1 and 2. Whether or not they've got a lift in their right foot as to how much grip they hold on the left side. I got a feeling we're going to see somebody slide into a wall here momentarily.
So, Charlotte Motor Speedway, very famous location. A lot of hometown drivers, a lot of people that are based in this area. I have to ask Connor Gordon here, taking 2 tires. What's the strategy here? You're in 8th position now. Can you hold on? Because there's going to be a lot of hungry trucks behind you.
Be real curious to hear his answer to that question as we sit here and wonder, as Isaac Wilson sitting up front,
same strategy,
Christopher Hodges right with him, both those drivers 2 tires, right sides only. We'll see how it pans out for him. Like I said though, Hodges finished 3rd in the race at Daytona just previous to this one, so he's actually sitting really nice for the standings to move on through to the 8 race series next week.
Yeah, and another gamble though, and that's the situation that we ask ourselves, is it worth the gamble? But these guys want to win. So if you have that opinion about it and you're just out here to win a race, by all means, it could be the strategy that pays off. Isaac Wilson going to take the outside here for this restart. Christopher Hodges going to be on the inside of him in row 1. Philip Brewer, Pierce Crone, 3rd and 4th position. Dakota Floyd, Matt Gannon, Jonathan Ray, Connor Gordon, Chris Justice, and Jeremy Bailey, your top 10, all the way back through. And side by side, lights are out on the pace truck.
That's right. We got 2 turns left, ladies and gentlemen. 2 turns. That pace truck takes a dive down pit road. And we're back at action at America's Home for Racing, live here in Charlotte with V-Speed and VRX, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an absolutely when this green flag flies out here, because I have a feeling that some people there in mid-track are going to come up front, and they're going to push hard and heavy.
Yeah, we're going to see 4 tires versus 2 tires on this restart. It's the first time that we've seen that be a factor in these elimination races. Green flag
40 laps to go at the line.
40 laps to go. Green flag up in the air, and the 93 of Isaac Wilson leads them down into turn 1.
You know, the quaint thing about this track here, most of them around the series have that Geico restart zone. They just drove through that Toyota restart zone here in Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. Have this race back underway.
Already.
Flying through. What happened?
We had I believe the 32 of Jeremy Bailey got up into the outside wall.
Bailey in the outside wall, the 32 there. He comes back down into traffic as if nothing were to bother him.
Oh, looked like the 41 and the 1 got together and went up into him.
That's right. A little bit intense action right there. I told you it was coming, Bradley. I did not lie, and they did not disappoint for us here live tonight with V-Speed covering the VRX Cup Series Eliminator live on iRacing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an intense action so far. We've got Philip Brewer out front with Isaac Wilson trailing behind him. They have got some space between them and Pierce Crone in 3rd place right now. I cannot wait to see if they can hold it or make it further. Only time will tell as we cut on through here.
Down the back straightaway, Pierce Crone, your pole sitter, trying to chase down the 2 in front of him. The 93 who took 2 tires. Dakota Floyd back in 4th position. He had a good Daytona race going for him, and he got shoved down a line, came home in about the 6th or 7th spot. Floyd looking good in the points in this total. Jonathan Ray up to 8th now in that 12 car. And that's the 14 that we were talking about that's labeled. So there's the 14 Haas machine that's mislabeled out here on the track tonight. So now I know what to look for.
And And ladies and gentlemen, we've already got a couple cars sitting back in pit road now. 7 laps and plus down. Unfortunate for those drivers. Hopefully they can get back out and maybe make up some time, but it looks like for a few of them, their chances here are shot. Justin Ritchie in the 55, he's sitting 6 laps down right now. I do believe they're trying to get him back out on the track so he can at least make up some space.
Riding on board here with Edward Fielder, and it looks like just outside the cutoff line in the 25th position, trying to catch up to these boys in front of him, running side by side. It's a whole gaggle of cars back here from 20th position on back.
Yeah, Edward Fiedler is seems to be doing a fine job out there holding his line, keeping his composure together. It's not like that Pierce Crone up there. That man's got like nerves of steel, ice in his veins. He does not falter no matter what's going on around him. The boys in the back seem to be losing position to everyone back there. We've got a couple of them lagging behind in the competition. Hopefully they can get things together. Jeremy Bailey, Ron Fitting, 7 seconds off the lead right now. A lot of space to make up there on the track, and they're losing tenths at a time as it goes by. Hopefully they can get everything together and stay up in contention.
Having you on board there with the 420 of Connor Gordon, and he was one of the cars that elected to take 2 tires on that last pit stop. He's held on to the top 10, so maybe it wasn't as detrimental to take 2 tires as we thought, Kevin.
I think he's actually lost a spot or two since the start. After that green flag came back out, I'm pretty sure he was sitting at least 6th. So it seems to be that tire wear factor on the inside's not holding up for him as good, and he's losing a little speed.
Back here with Derek Johnson in 12th position. He's got a gap between him of about 2 seconds to the front and about a second behind.
You know, speaking of those 2-tire pit strategies that we have Isaac Wilson that started this race out on that restart there in 1st position. He's fallen back to 2nd place. Remember, Christopher Hodges was right up there with him, directly behind him in 3rd place starting out. That gentleman has dropped back to 11th place with those 2 right side tires only strategy. So I don't know if it's going to pan out for all of them out there on the track.
Big spread. We're going to ride on board here with the 133 of Ashley Ellison Jr. 16th position right now.
The lively paint scheme they have on that truck. Bright colors emits good moods is all I can say. I got a feeling that driver just peeps out that front windshield as they're coming around all these turns and can't help but smile with the designs and those beautiful colors coming off of that truck right there.
Ashley Ellison finished in the 26th spot in the Daytona race, so needs to pick up quite a few positions. I would say maybe 4 more spots could lock the 133 into this top 20. We'll have to see how it pans out as we're 22 laps into this race. The 44 of Philip Brewer leading them by about 0.4 of a second, and now side by side just behind him as Pierce Crone goes to the inside of the 93 of Isaac Wilson for 2nd.
I'm telling you what, that Philip Brewer is cutting one heck of a line out there right now. He had about 5 car lengths on, and if you were watching as Bradley was talking right there, you could see him pull away inch by inch on the drivers behind him, creating from 5 to about 7 truck lengths in between him as they were going through the turn midways. So he's really getting with it out there on the track right now. And we've got a couple drivers in the back that are really, really trying to catch that line and catch up to him. It's just taking everything they've got to pull it off. Little nose cut right there. He cut up on that 14, did.
Yeah, that was the 420. No, they actually
did the 11 of Chris Justice.
And he reel in the 11 coming down the back stretch. That 420 machine's starting to show some speed again. Just behind him.
Well, it doesn't take those crews much to get that thing back aerially sound. And like the driver said in the last one after talking about that bump that was taken at the end of the race after the block by the winner there. The damage model has definitely been updated here. These things can take one heck of a beating and still be rolling on through. I have actually personally witnessed a man win a race 3 laps down after being spun 15 times in total. His whole entire front end was missing. He had no hood, and the rear bumper and quarter panels were banged up and almost missing. The man won the race by 2 seconds.
Steve Mann in the 20th position, and I'm looking through the finishing results for Stephen Mann after that previous race. He finished in the 27th spot at Daytona. He's going to have to pick it up here. He's on the cutoff line for this heat. He's needed probably 5 positions to be into that top 20.
I'd give him, he probably would have to finish within the top 13 of this race here for that point to work out just fine. You have to factor in the fact that some people that are in the back of this race that are actually out of contention for that top 20 were top 10 or podium sitters that are actually back there in the back. So that's a lot of points to be making up in front of as well.
Truck off the track in front of him there. He's got some damage. That was the 32, I do believe.
It was, sir. Driven by
Jeremy Bailey off track now.
Jeremy Bailey, yes.
He ripped the whole left side. It looks like maybe blew a tire.
Very unfortunate for that driver there. I do believe he's out of his fast repairs. He was caught up in one of the incidents earlier today. So he is going to have to be sitting in the pits to get things taken care of. Look at the fender damage on that front. That tire is probably ripped up, ladies and gentlemen. He's got no grip whatsoever. Really hard to turn left, I bet, for that driver right now.
And then again, another product of him being next to the one truck and something happens that he's not really involved in.
They might have a vendetta against each other as many times as they touched in the past couple of races. Perhaps a blood feud.
Not exactly sure what's brewing up on the track, but I can tell you what's brewing up front. Philip Brewer in the lead. He's led 16 of the 29 laps we've completed here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And that's going to bring us into our Thrustmaster through the field. Philip Brewer, he's been pretty unstoppable since the green flag came back out on lap 13. Here's Crone, your pole sitter, trying to catch back up to him. He's got about 0.7 of a second separating them. Dakota Floyd in third position. Excellent showing here for the 24. Good recovery after that Daytona shove. Get knocked out of line, man. It kind of puts a fire on the seat, doesn't it?
That's exactly right. Don't forget to mention where that number 93 of Isaac Wilson is. He's fallen back to 4th place now after taking only 2 tires on that caution lap there. Once again, everybody in front of him took all 4s, got that fuel, and got back out there with new Nikes underneath them to run great laps. These drivers that took that strategy to heart there, I don't believe they're going to be able to stay up and be running through as it comes to the long run in the end.
This spot belongs to Matt Gannon in the number 4 car. And Gannon was in that top 3 to finish Daytona.
He's second place.
He was second. Had an excellent finish, able to dodge the wreck, but that block, we're still going to highlight that. That'll be remembered always here on DSP.
I doubt we talk about too much other than that amazing block pulled out by the winner of last race in front of Mr. Gagnon there. And once again, he hit him so square, ladies and gentlemen. It couldn't have been any more picturesque, as I've said about 15 times in the past hour, than that block that was thrown for the win there at Daytona.
Chris M. Justice.
Mr. Ritchie, unfortunate in this race.
Yeah, the 55 of Ritchie. Still on the track, but having a tough time here tonight. He's currently being scored in the 26th spot. But still good in the cutoff. I believe he'll be fine. Might need a couple more spots to guarantee that. 6th position belongs to Chris M. Justice. And we saw the Lucky Charms. I think the Lucky Charms was involved in every situation at Daytona.
Those are not Lucky Charms right there. Those is what I would call some unlucky charms painted on the truck right there of that 52 driving around the track. Mr. Justice has really bitten off the short end of the stick in almost every race here this evening. He's doing all right as it sits right now. Where's he currently sitting at? Where was that at? He's in 6th place right now. Wasn't highlighted on my screen. So hopefully he can hold on to that and keep in the contention for the weeks to come. He finished all right last race.
Able to finish in the 16th spot at Daytona. Kenny Reel in 7th position. The 11 truck came in 5th at Daytona, looking solid here to make it into the top 20. Christopher Hodges back in 8th, and what a gap there between Reel and the 38 of Hodges. We're talking about 3 seconds between 7th and 8th position, and he is 7.5 back. We have a yellow out on the track.
He's actually currently losing it. Oh, well, not now. The yellow out on the flag there. We've got smoke coming off the driver in front of us. I wonder what happened. He looks to have some engine trouble there, Bradley. I wonder if we can get back there and see exactly what happened. I don't believe there's any power left in that 13. Unfortunate for him this evening. He's been involved in almost every wreck on the track now.
This one doesn't even come.
13.
Yeah. This one doesn't even, the white 13?
Yeah, bring up the driver info on this driver so we can see his name. Larry Bell, number 43.
Yeah.
Larry Bell.
So Larry Bell pops an engine coming down the back straightaway. That's going to bring out our caution for the second time here tonight. Only 2 lead changes. Here's Crone starting on the pole, and Philip Brewer pulled out to almost a full second lead.
We've got 15 laps remaining here. They've got 3 more yellows to go before it goes back green. 2 cautions out on the track. Total of around 9 laps is what it'll round out to at the end of it. Drivers are doing a great showing of some sportsmanship out there. You haven't seen any dirty moves on the track. You've seen a couple drivers get a little loose and some minor things happen where they go through the infield losing traction on their car, but everyone's been able to save it, bring it back out on the track, and have some wonderful racing for us as it goes along. I love that view right there from the rear end of the car, right at the bumper, ladies and gentlemen, dead center where the hitch would be at on your truck at home. It's just a great view to see everything disappear behind. You get the hum of that motor as well.
So Philip Brewer going to stay out front, and wow, he pulled out. Showed the gap there that they had before that yellow came out. Brewer was almost a full second ahead of Pierce Crone, but now everybody on equal playing field. Do you think that changes here for Brewer?
Philip Brewer, everyone out there, 4 tires for him all the way around. He's got Pierce Crone starting inside or outside of him. It is the leader's choice as they come across that blue cone here with VRX. They are lovely for giving that choice to the driver. I have a feeling that since everyone has taken those 4 tires this time, you're going to see Mr. Justice in that 52 make a good run on the outside. He is starting there. That's where the evens go from. I got a hunch that outside line's going to make that push up. And you're going to see Isaac Wilson up front for a good long while. He led those few laps that Mr. Brewer did not with 2 tires only on a pit stop. He's got 4 this time. I've got money on him pushing up front for the last 10 laps.
The 21st position just outside the cut line was the 3 truck of Ron Fitting, and currently in the 18th spot. He's flirting with it. He might need another position, but he might be able to get into that top 20 split after this event.
If he can make a push-up, I think if he can get 3 more positions and finish in 15th, I think that will guarantee him a spot in the running for those great prizes. 15th position is what Ron Fitting should be shooting for right now.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see Justin Ritchie just behind him, Daytona's winner in the elimination races.
Back on the track, he is
19th. for Justin right now.
How many laps down is he?
He is on the lead lap.
Justin Ritchie's on the lead lap?
Yeah, according to my timing and scoring, unofficially. But I believe the 55. Wow. Yeah. So recovery.
Well, all right. That's a great recovery there. I had a bunch of them registered on here, a bunch of laps down. That's odd.
Yeah, Larry Bell, Jeremy Bailey, and Brian Duncan are the
only three that I have registering now. That is correct, sir. Yes.
So there we go. 3 laps down for Larry Bell. He's actually off the track. Jeremy Bailey getting some damage repaired on pit road. He's coming out now. He's had a tough race tonight. I think he's been hit by the wall, the one truck, the 14. He's just had a tough time here tonight.
Unlucky man out there on the track. You know what? I didn't realize that the number 55 in that Chevy Silverado driven by Justin Ritchie was still on that lead lap in contention here. I got money on him making at least a top 10 finish, sir.
Well, we're going to find out. Pace truck has the lights off.
Because if anybody's got nerves, it's Justin Ritchie.
44 Philip Brewer going to lead him into turns 3 and 4. Here's Crone, both on 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Could be an interesting battle because Pierce had to pass quite a few trucks before he got to the 44, and that gap got bigger and bigger. Now, level playing field for this restart as they come out of turn 4. Pace truck makes the left-hander. Getting ready to go back racing with about 11 laps to go. Flagman puts it up in the air, and we're back live and racing at Charlotte VRX Cup
man, I'm
Series.
excited.
What a restart there for the 44.
That was beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. They all hammered down on it just as soon as the leader took off, and we got a great start going on. Look at the space behind him there. Absolutely wonderful by Philip Brewer. Great driving by the 44. What a wonderful start off. Got the jump on everyone, and now it's their time to make that space up. Good luck.
Out of turn 2, Paul McDonald clips the wall, puts him 3 wide, loses about 6 positions, falls back to 12th. He was up in about 7th position at that restart. Frank Perfin moving up through the field. He's climbed about 3 positions since this restart, up to 16th. Justin Ritchie on the move now in the 55 and 20th now.
They are just moving up through that track. I'm telling you right now, Justin Ritchie, as long as he can hold things together out there and doesn't have that much damage on his truck, he's going to move on up through the track. He's a great driver, and he's got nerves of steel. No one else on that track would have pulled that block, I don't think, like that driver did in the last race. No one else on the track would have done would have sacrificed everything like he did. It was all or nothing with that move he made last track, so he is definitely going to be making some moves on this one. We've got 9 laps remaining. They're about to cross over the finish line here, coming through turn 4 onto the dog leg there. Be 8 laps to go. 2 cautions out here, ladies and gentlemen. Great race, great showing of sportsmanship live at America's Home for Racing.
So Philip Brewer, as we show you on the 3 wide cam, pulling out a big jump over Pierce Crone. Now Dakota Floyd gets by him for the 2nd position. He's going to go try to chase down the 44. He has about 6-7 laps to do it as they come off of turn 4. It's not decided yet.
Half a second off, ladies and gentlemen. He's actually closing that gap up pretty well. Philip Brewer, though, really
on the front stretch.
Smoked through the front stretch there. Nothing major, no yellow thrown out, but I'd like to see exactly what that was there.
Isaac Wilson's involved. I believe that's the 13 of Brian Duncan. Let's go back and take a replay of this.
Brian Duncan in the 13 in another incident this evening. Are you kidding me?
And it happens in front of him, so he actually locks it up. Let's go on board with
Locks
Isaac
it up
Wilson.
And cuts it on through the infield there. What an interesting, a little wall bang. He gets loose coming out of there. Can't get control of that rear end. And smammered coming across the turn 4 onto that front stretch. Wow, lifted the rear end of that truck up off there. Who was it that hit him there, Bradley?
I'm going to go back and take another look at that from a different angle It looked like maybe the 25, but I'm not entirely sure.
Here it comes. Wham! Blue and white paint scheme there.
One more time from a different angle. We got 5 to go here. See if this is it. I don't think it is. Blue and white paint scheme.
Action still ensuing out there. You've got Philip Brewer still out about 3 truck lengths in front of Dakota Floyd with Pierce Crone right behind him, 2 car lengths. They've got a great race going on the lead lap right now as my colleague brings it back up for us there after watching that video.
It was
Absolute
a 14
action
of Jesse
going
Baker.
down.
Jesse Baker is the one that clipped the back end of the 93, so both
and
heavy
sent him
damage.
into that spin. Baker sitting 19th still right now. Edward Fiedler. I apologize for mispronouncing that several times tonight. He's back in 19th now with Charles Keller in the cutoff.
So that lead has stayed kind of stagnant here with 3 to go. 0.4 of a second as they go into 1 and 2. Floyd has not caught up to him much at all. Pierce Crone has fallen back 0.6 of a second. Chris M. Justice. The Lucky Charm's starting to pay off now into the top 5.
I'm not going to agree with that statement just yet, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got 2 to go as they cross the line there. White flag will fly when the leaders cross after this next lap, and it's oh so sweet to see this action unfold right in front of our very eyes here live at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolutely fantastic race here with the VRX guys in their league for this eliminator for their VRX World Cup Series races brought to you by Thrustmaster. And these guys are doing a great job. White flag out now. Coming around that dog leg into turn 1. Philip Brewer holding that commanding 0.4 of a second on Dakota.
So coming off of turn 2, Brewer just has to do it one more time. He's been solid since he took the lead on lap 13. Hasn't looked back. Coming into 3 and 4, all the way to the bottom of the track. He's going to lead Dakota Floyd by 0.4 of a second to win the second elimination race at VRX Cup Series Charlotte. Congratulations to the 44, Philip Brewer.
Philip Brewer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. First place, Philip Brewer. Second place, Dakota Floyd. And third, Pierce Crone on that podium again.
So an excellent finish here. Charlotte spreading out the field a little bit. The 44 found the lead and never looked back. He led 38 laps out of 50 here tonight. And he's going to park it there in 3 and 4. Acting like he's been here before.
Justin Ritchie coming in at the end with a 16th place finish, locking him in, ladies and gentlemen. He is locked in, as is Christopher Hodges with a 17th place finish. That was your first and second places. I'm sorry, first and third place from the last race. Congratulations to those 2 drivers.
So we're going to take another quick commercial break. We're going to bring your top 3 into the broadcast booth, and we'll get your final points to show you exactly who made the top 20 here for VRX Cup Series Friday Night Racing. We'll be back right after this.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff. The motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Cabot,
where did he come from? Here comes Swack.
A push for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
So we have them. The final results posted right here on your screen. As legible as they can be. Matt Gannon, Dakota Floyd, Kenny Reel. These are the final results. Not sure if we have the final points figured in here. I think that is. Is that the final points?
I do believe that's just the results there, sir.
Let's see if we could go. We had 31 trucks on it. Yeah, that's points, I think. I don't know. Total points. We'll have to get that updated for you. I'm trying to find the information I need, but nonetheless, we're down here in victory lane with your race winner, Philip Brewer, getting it done here tonight And the second elimination race went pretty well for you, Philip. You took the lead on lap 13, and you never looked back.
Yeah, it was a fun race.
So talk us through, you had the 5 of Pierce Crone starting on the pole again. You had that quick caution there. And you had some guys elect to take 2 tires. Were you thinking about any kind of strategy like that, or were you pretty set that we were taking 4?
Nah, I knew it was going to be 4.
So coming off of turn 4 here, the last lap, you had a pretty sizable gap to Dakota Floyd. Congratulations on your victory here tonight. Commanding lead. Excellent drive here tonight. And you're in the top 20 for that cutoff. I guarantee it, based off that finish at Daytona. I think you did just fine to make this cutoff. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out and thank for tonight's performance?
Not really. Just me here.
Appreciate your time.
Just him, solo man on against the world there, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Philip Brewer. Well, driver, I hope that luck stays with you through the 8 races to come.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So there it is, your race winner. Not very much to say. I mean,
he's like Ricky Bobby, not very talkative and didn't know exactly what to do with his hands there, but that's all right. We still like him the same.
Pulling up your second place finisher here on the track. That'll be Mr. Dakota Floyd.
Heck of a driver coming in here, guys.
Dakota Floyd in the 24. Familiar name to me. I've had quite a few interviews with this 24. Congrats on the second place finish, and that should all but lock you in to this top 20.
Absolutely. I was gunner for the win, but I feel like I couldn't drive it any harder. I had a win in almost both races, and it was snatched away from me both times, but finishing in the top 20, that's all I needed to do tonight, and we made it happen.
Snatched away from you is an exact perfect way to put it. We watched you for almost 30 laps in that Daytona race earlier today, and we knew you had, and then pow, right at the end, they just said bye-bye to you and pushed you back to, what, 6th place, I do believe, sir?
Yeah, 6th place. I got shuffled down into like a 3rd row. Somehow didn't wreck in that big wreck and brought it home in a safe 6th, so I can't be too mad.
What you can say to that is, thank you, guys, because I finished in at least the top 10, both races, top 5 in the second, top 10 in the first, and I get to take my butt on through and go for gold and try to win me a new steering wheel to play this beautiful simulator that we all love so much.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I can pull it off, at least finish top 3, at least come away with something.
I would personally push for that Primax portal myself. I would 3rd place. Screw 1st, screw 2nd. Give me 3rd place.
So if I could somehow do the math and make that happen perfectly, we might
exactly what I'm talking about right there. Figure the points out in your head, man. Get it going and get that strategy. 3rd place. No, I'm just kidding, man. That's just a little joke by me. Great driving, though, sir. Great driving.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, and I thank you guys for broadcasting this. Coop, I know you're taking on full duty with all these broadcasts.
Yeah, days it in with Y. That's about where we are right now at V-Speed. But yeah, it's good to see it from
we have
out here in the field.
We got to commend this driver. He shouted out the broadcaster there, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves the win. That's all. It's official. This is the winner. Give him the stuff. He gets 1st, 2nd, 3rd place. He's the only guy going to do that the whole time, probably. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, like Coop said, he's broadcasted many races I've raced in, and he does a great job. I'm glad to see him doing more for his broadcasting and succeeding.
We appreciate that, Dakota, very much, man. And we've come a long way from the early days. Well, here we are, VRX Cup Series, and seeing a familiar name out there in the field gives me a little comfort. Good luck out there, man. Hey, do you got anybody you'd like to shout out or thank besides me?
Well, just again, thanks for the broadcast, and thanks for the league for putting up these great prizes and, putting up this competitive league for us to be able to race in and shoot for gold. So, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
So this driver is like the winner of the Nice Guy of the Year award. He shouts out the broadcast team. He shouts out the league for putting on these beautiful races. He even shouts out the sponsors for providing the gifts for the winners. That is just an amazing driver, sir. I hope you do wonderful in these 8 races to come.
Well, I greatly appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to a competitive season. I'll see you guys in the broadcast booth, hopefully, for the rest of the season.
And for Dakota Floyd, 2nd place finisher here tonight. Great job out there. and he's going to lock himself up in that top 20. We have official count. I'm still looking here. I want to say that's the points. The second one that was posted today, and I have
not gotten anything from race control in that last series there that we just went through. I'm going ahead and peering. I don't have anything. Nothing for the results.
Oh, I know where we have previous, but we got a third place finisher nonetheless that we're going to bring up here. And that is Mr. Pierce Crone. We've had 3 interviews with you today, Pierce, and this one a little bit better compared to the last one where you were finishing on that cutoff, now coming home in third. You had 2 pole awards, so congrats on that as well. We don't have audio with you, Pierce. I think your microphone might have clocked out.
I guess it would help if my microphone was turned on. It's late here.
It's all good. It's all good. We got you now.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt you there a little bit, but yeah, good race. Started on pole again. Can't thank Pimax enough. Getting a lot of time to discuss and talk with you guys, which it's nice to meet you all. And you guys are becoming my friends here pretty quickly tonight. So yeah, great race. P3, can't complain about that. I had no shot on the second run after the yellow flag because the 2 cars in front of me, I burned my tires up trying to pass them on the 2. But towards the end, it was just keeping it intact, and I barely did that. Smacked the wall twice in the final 10 laps, and still good enough for B3, so that's really what matters. We got myself in the field here. We got Steve Crone in the field, our team principal for this, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, congrats on
Absolutely,
the third place and
driver.
locking in. Congrats.
You know, he is like the pole master so far. He pulled the last one, pulled this one, finished third on it. I'm curious to see how you're going to do in all the races to come, because if you drive anything like you do on the rest of the races, they have got a force to be reckoned with you on the track, sir.
It's here's the best part. Ovals aren't even my strong suit, and I'm a road racer at heart, so just wait till we get there.
You're not supposed to let the world know that you actually are a road. We're in NASCAR events right now, sir. We turn left around here. There are no right turns on this track, and you're going to bring that up and just smear your good name all with these fans that have been watching you. I just cannot get over that enough. No, I'm just kidding. Driver, you're amazing out there. It's been really fun watching you the past 2 races. I really do look forward to seeing how this field of 20 turns out over the next 8 weeks. It's going to be a very interesting run.
Absolutely. I can't wait to bring it on with my good friends here. I've got them all. Quick shout out to everyone from May at Three Rivers Kart in Pittsburgh. Best kart track there is. Got my good team Baron Racing. Got Cliff's Hot Rod Shop, Club Speed. We've got Franco's Financial, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There's a partnership with Kart1 Distribution. Obviously, all our programs with Crone. Our manufacturers backing all that here in Northeast United States Karting, Research Soft Ice Cream, Radiant Life Alliance, so many more to go down the list, but I'll keep it there, honestly, in the end. Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate it. Good finish here tonight.
Thank you, Pierce.
Congrats.
Cheers. Have a great week, guys, and we'll get you all soon. Thanks again for the racing and commentary, and thanks to the sponsors.
Thank you, sir.
So there's Pierce Crone, your third place finisher here tonight. And
a great guy.
Great guy, yeah. Great finishes.
Just a great guy.
We had a lot of action here tonight. I'm going to put it back up on the screen because I think this is our official top 20. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is it. We haven't gotten any other information, so I'm going to post it back up on the screen for everybody to take a look at. This should be your top 20. There are points and total points.
I can't see
points added. And spots gained, like Philip Brewer gaining 17 positions to get up in 12th. Isaac Wilson going to be the last one on that cutoff in the 20th position. He went down 10 spots here tonight. John Darnell, 1 spot short there. It was a pretty tight battle there. And I want to say actually a 3-way tie between Edward Fiedler, Ron Fitting, and Isaac Wilson. So I'm not exactly sure how they're going to settle that, if they're going to base that off of finishing position for Daytona or finishing position for this race. We'll have to get that officially sorted out for you as well. But a 3-way tie there between those 3. So the cutoff line, it got tight.
Going to be interesting how they end up round that field down to see what's coming out for the drivers that we get to watch for 8 weeks to come in this VRX World Cup Series tournament.
So again, we hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Like, share, and follow if you have it on V-Speed. We appreciate everybody here at VRX.
Hazelwood. It happens. We've just met, ladies and gentlemen, not 2.5 weeks ago. I really like this guy. He does a great job out here, and it's okay that he forgot my name.
Bye now.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff. The motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Swack.
A punch for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The